Hello and welcome to this best of 3 series between xNavigator and CB Drugash in the Warhammer League. It is currently 1-1 between the two of them, and this is the third game. So be sure to like and subscribe for more games, and let's get into it. We have today a Warriors of Chaos and Norsca on Rift at World's Edge. So pretty open map, so it makes sense that both sides are kind of opening up with a bunch of mobility. But let's check out the armies in details. So before the patch, I would have said that both sides have like very, very good teeth in this matchup. But in the current state of things, I think Norsca kind of has an advantage over the Warriors of Chaos, just because they have Berserkers, right? And Berserkers, even though they're like very similar to Forsaken, with the advent of Bearmen, if you go basically for just Forsaken on the side of Walk, and they go Bearmen, you just kind of lose that fight. Plus, you have very little shooting except for the Horsemen and the Horsemasters. So it is kind of a up and down. It really does depend on the armies. I do like the advent of aspiring champions. We also have a Bearman and then just a bunch of horsemen alongside more aspiring champions. And where was the third aspiring champion? There it is. It's just stacked with the other units. So aspiring Giga Chads are basically going to stand there and fight for the entire day, right? They have also magic attacks. So when like the skin wolves and stuff come in, they're also going to be like very good at fighting them. Like this is probably one of my favorite units in the game. They're just so good. Even though they don't they usually don't pay for themselves, they last such a long time and are absolutely impossible to kill that it kind of makes up for everything else. Other than that, it's just going to be a huge line of skirmishers. And from the side of Norsca, from Drugash, we also have a bunch of horsemen. Honestly, I have no clue why these guys have not been added to the walk roster. It would make sense for them to also be in the walk roster, right? And their javelins, even though we can't basically see them, right? There we go. Like, they have anti-large on their javelins. So they're gonna win any type of mobility fight if it isn't like properly dodged, and it seems like Navi is actually dodged. So we have 4 horsemen or horse masters, depending on which unit it is, and just a bunch of bearmen. Again, 1 javelin just to rule them all, and a Bloodshriek Chimera, alongside with Sail as the Lord. So Sail with Nightmaw. Nightmaw, super underwhelming, man. Like, this was supposed to be the other boat, right? But Sail does look very cool, but this thing not being a unit is very disappointing for one. And the second, it's just so slow and so short of a range compared to both that both is just like superior times 10. Schleikat's Teeth, very nice for sniping the opponent's lord. So if basically Navi went for any type of lord that is like either Archeon or something similar, you can basically snipe it, especially for like a Chaos Sorcerer of Death. He just has 4.2k HP, so if he gets in range of the Schleikat's Teeth, it's going to be really strong. We see Doom and Darkness just to try and break the formations, and Spirit Leech, again, if it's like Wolfric or Sail, so that you can actually snipe him. And Bloodshriek Chimera, the standard. So let's see how this goes. It's gonna come down a lot to the mobility fight here, and then it's gonna come down then to the grind and how spread out the grind is between these players. So this is a bunch of just going in and going out from each side. And you just have to be very like this is super cool to me, at least. I know probably most people aren't like so that interested in horseman micro or something, but I am a walk main, so this is very good to see. You just have to wait for the opponent to throw the javelins, because that basically like kind of targets a specific part and it can't home, and then you have to move. But you have to be like super quick about it when you move and when you don't move. Currently, like in game 1, or in game 2, I believe, when we had the Slanesh versus Slanesh, Drugash is being a bit outplayed by Navi with the Horseman micro. These guys are super tattered. The Riders of the Mighty Serpent, who are supposed to be the best horsemen, are also pretty tattered. And now that the aspiring champions are in the front, they're also going to, with their silver shields, eat a bunch of the stuff. So, and now we start, right? This is just a Schleikat's Teeth, I assume. And we also have a, was that the Wind Blast? Yeah, Wind Blast, and then Spirit Leech on Sail. So this is going to be like who kills the other Lord kind of first. is going to be a mass rout on each side. We also have the Marauder Javelins are supposed to screen out the horsemen. Like that's their main job. And look at this line of attack from Navi. If he kills the javelins, then it's gonna come down to the horseman micro, and he has more horsemen right here. And also, nothing in this army is going to be able to kill these aspiring Giga Chads that easily. Like, look at this. They're just being supported by a horseman dip in, dip out. And the aspiring champions, again, the Bearmen and the Marauders have 0 armor piercing, or very close to it at least. So they're not going to have the best time. And again, going in, just shooting into the Chimera, then peppering it. Though the Chimera can again go back and heal, he is doing very, very nicely with just being cost effective. And on the other side, we have Bearmen with great weapons going into the normal Bearmen alongside with the aspiring champions. So he's still fighting the good fight. A summon of a Hellstrider and another Hellstrider makes sense versus the Wolves, especially because they're better fighters. They can catch stuff up. They are also super speedy, even though the Wolves have a bunch of the Frostbite ability to slow down. They're like 95 speed, the other guys are 100. But the advent of poison is definitely a thing. And Navi is very, very nicely maneuvering his horsemen to support the proper fights that there are here, right? These guys, if they get hit by something, like there are no spells that do damage from the Chaos Lord of Death. But look at Sail, man. Sail is already at 1.7k HP. Like even Wolfric has basically a bit more HP. Like he has 1.5k, I believe, more HP. So he is easier to keep alive, especially against Spirit Leech spam. But yeah, soon in like 2 to 3, like 3, realistically, 3 more Spirit Leeches kill him if nothing else keeps hitting them. But yeah, look at these, like, aspiring champions. Again, not the value. The value is not the point. These guys even got killed. But just their holding power is so good because they're holding the line until Sail dies, like 2 more, right? 700 damage per Spirit Leech approximately. Like they're just holding the line until until Navi now holds the proper advantage on the battlefield. Because now, when he casts the next Spirit Leech, he can choose when he can kill the opponent's lord and then cause just basically a mass rout on his entire army. Very nice catch from Drugash onto the horseman here. Again, these guys have devastating flanker. Beasts of Tashnar are super good, especially into any type of mobility, so that is very nice from him. But he's losing this melee fight, and this melee fight is relatively similar. Yeah, so this one is probably not going to even rout him, especially with flanks secured. But the next one is the thing that is going to probably break the back of Drugash if he is not careful. Like he needs to be super, super careful. Of when, oh my god, what a charge, and then he goes in with the horsemen and the horse masters. Oh no, if Drugash ends up losing his oh no, Lord also routed, he's at 0, so he's gonna rally. But he ends up losing his mobility core here. There is a Kurgan horseman trying to help him. Come on, Sail, he has enough time to rally. He's probably not going to run off the battlefield, I would assume. Like the rolls are very close, but when you're 0 and above, it works, so you're gonna be fine. He needs to summon something and go and chase him to actually make him rally there. But damn, Chaos Knight summon and Chaos Knights of Khorne summon, and there he goes. He actually rallies, so that's pretty good. And he's far enough away on the battlefield that even an overcasted Spirit Leech is not going to reach him. So he should stay there and not move a single inch with the 6 flank secure leadership that he currently has. Though the Chaos Knights Lances of Khorne going into the Kurgan Horsemen, even though they're armor piercing, they are super, super gonna die to this matchup. Like Chaos Knights of Khorne, especially with Frenzy and fire damage, like not even Skilled Wolves can stand up to them because of the fire damage, right? So it is very tattered. And Navi seems to be breaking through. This fight over here kind of doesn't matter. It's just a couple of Bearmen and Norsca Ice Wolf. But the Chimera definitely needs to be the main supporting piece of this army. Where is it? It's trying to hunt down the Lord, which is a very good play from the side of Drugash. Because if this Lord dies, then it's going to be the same thing just on the side of Walk. They don't have the best leadership, but they don't have the worst leadership either. So currently 2-1 to the objectives. Again, most of these games games, the objectives kind of don't matter. They're trying to table each other in such a way that even if when it comes down to the points, it's going to be either too late or that it doesn't matter. And again, Chaos Knights of Khorne fighting Skin Wolves. Skin Wolves are good versus Chaos Knights of Khorne, but so is the other way around, right? Especially with the flaming attacks that it go. And oh no, Sail actually routes to something. No, you should have kept him in the corner over here. Though unit routing next to him also kills his leadership, right? Friends routing. So it would have been like a just a matter of time before something routed in that range. Oh no, he rallies again. What a Chad, man. What a Chad. And where's the Chaos Sorcerer? Chaos Sorcerer is cackling, still running away from the Chimera, who is full HP. But again, this Chimera is not doing the Lord's work, right? It had 700 value. It's not paying for itself. Nice try from the nice cast from the Uranans here, but he must not overcast anything to save his life. And these guys might actually route him again. Oh no, friends routing. No. Honestly, if he stays with 3 HP, it's very good for him. But no matter the routing of friends, it seems that Navi has taken over the game with just the stalwartness of the aspiring champions and the Chaos Knights of Khorne actually being super cool tech into going into the Skin Wolves and just basically going to kill him. Sail coming in to try and sway the fight with like a breath spell, but if he gets too close, he's gonna insta route, right? Exhaustion, exposed flank. Oh no! If he gets too close and something routes here, he's gonna insta die. Also, Chaos Sorcerer Lord, if he just overcasts a Spirit Leech, it's gonna be the end of Norsca here. Very nicely played from the side of Navi, and it looked like just the side of Walk is overtaking. Yeah, he shatters. There was a Horseman and also an aspiring champion here very near him. It does not matter. He's taking the long way route. That's the end of the map over there, but it still does not matter. It seems that Drugash has been tabled except for this Chimera and the Kurgan Horseman from the trees. But there's just an overwhelming force of Walk currently up here. And yeah, he's just being escorted by the units. He should not even attack him to have any type of stop for the animation. But it was like a fortunate way that he was going to not like run off immediately off the battlefield. Also, do explore the maps. Like, they're pretty cool. Like some cool stuff is on the edges of the map. Whenever I'm like bored or waiting for somebody to load in, I just go around the map to explore what's on it. So let's check out the value. Very well played to Navi. Congratulations in going 2-1, so he advances further into the bracket. Chaos Sorcerer Lord, just overwhelming with the leadership debuffs into Norsca, who has pretty poor leadership. Yeah, pretty good. Oh my god, very nice Horsemaster core. This was probably the one that charged. Bearman, just being there. Yeah, Hellstriders, very good unit, right? Oh my god, that was crazy value from the Chaos Knights of Khorne. They paid for themselves and then some, and still had about a bunch of juice left in them. And he had another one too. He had Aeson the Fallen. If he started honestly with Aeson, he could have even more strongly overwhelmed the mobility core of Norsca, because Aeson has the ability that like spreads, which is like a chain hex thing, which deals damage, right? And whenever you're like doing, let's say, Tzeentch into Khorne, you can see Aeson just go in and then throw all 3 of those onto the horseman throwing axes of Khorne, just to deal the damage and win the mobility fight. So this was like a very good pick too. And he's also magic damage, huge fighter. If there was like a core of bearmen just here with just like a pure army, I'm 100% sure Navi would have saved up for Aeson to just come in and fight him. Chimera, a bit underwhelming in this matchup. Again, it did not do much. It fought the aspiring champions, so that was okay for it. But yeah, Sail definitely getting super easy sniped in this matchup, and that was kind of the downfall. He had to play so timidly because of Sail and on the back foot. Bearman, very good unit. Who would have thought? Norscan Ice Wolves didn't do much because they were just fighting Hellstriders in the entire game. And yeah, the Skin Wolves did not cook, man, because of just the Chaos Knights of Khorne in the end. Very cool game. Very interesting builds. I still feel personally like the Norscan side kind of has an advantage, but this is an interesting army. I need to check this out into a different Norscan player myself, so I'll be definitely stealing this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next series.